Hello and welcome to a new game, South of Midnight. So I saw a trailer for this game and it looked pretty interesting. And apparently the game is by the same people who made Contrast, which is a game I played on the channel. And also We Happy Few, which I didn't even know they made that game as well, but apparently they did. Yeah, and now they made this game. And it's also published by Xbox, so it was put right on Xbox Game Pass immediately, which is always nice to have games, new games like this on there. And yeah, it looks interesting, has an interesting style, and yeah, let's just jump into it, and yeah, we're gonna just go with regular, balanced.
Down in the deep south, folks spin tales about the grand tapestry, an invisible weave holding our world together. They say the grand tapestry is torn by folk sorrows, and these damaged threads give rise to them evil spirits called haints. But every great while, a mighty storm brews, awakening a powerful force. A weaver, gifted with the power to reach into the past and mend folks' deep wounds. With enchanted hooks in hand, this weaver can banish haints and reweave the tapestry's thread, restoring the land so life can bloom again, fresh and new. The last weaver vanished long ago, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Our tale begins deep in the heart of Chickasaw County, in a speck of a town called Prospero, where the last weaver was last seen. That evening, Hazel's mama was running late, driving home through a storm that seemed hell-bent on drowning the whole South. Meanwhile, our Hazel is packing an emergency box, fixing to evacuate quickly. A hurricane brewing on the horizon, and a mighty big one at that.
Man, I miss singing on the bus with these guys. Wish we had another meet. Another medal, too. We was fast as hell. Mine should be back by now. Probably got sucked into work again. Typical. I shouldn't be doing all this packing by myself. But here I am.
Okay. So I had a weird issue when I first tried playing this game, where the audio was kind of weird, and it got a bit weird there again. It wasn't as bad as the first time. I hope it's just a little hiccup in the start of the game. It's not gonna be a continuous thing. Of course, my fingers here, 'cause I don't know what to do about that. Let's just, let's see. Maybe it's just a weird little hiccup at the start of the game. So yeah, move around with the camera, press Y to interact. Discover its mysteries and folklore. Press the right to display the objective, down to the collection menu, and left for the lore menu.
All right. What's coming with me?
Lore. So yeah, so there is, like, it was a little bit weird with the frame rate for a second, but I know that there is a bit of a stylistic choice, because I saw, when I saw the trailer, I was like, something weird is going on with the frame rate, but it's actually like intentional, because it's like almost stop motion-esque in some ways. In game, it's smooth though. She moves like you would expect her to, but I imagine that's more for a gameplay perspective. If the game was all stop motion frame rate, that would be hell to play. Because this is like a action platform sort of dealio sort of thing from what I've seen. So you want it to be smooth, but yeah. Okay, objective. Put that up there. So hopefully it's just gonna be a weird little quirk and it's not gonna be continuous, cause I don't know what to do to fix that. Okay, this is what I just watched. Okay, there we go. So you can see that again if you want to. But when I started up the game, the narrator's voice was also kind of going in and out weirdly. So I was like, oh no, is this gonna keep happening? Is this gonna be a weird thing? I don't know. But hopefully it's just like a weird little quirk of the start of the game. It's not gonna be continuous. Because I really don't know what to do about that. So hey, so that's our protagonist. Has lived in prosperity her all her life. With her mother lazy, she just graduated high school and is headed off to college in the fall. So, from what the trailers looked like, it seemed like it was some kind of alternate history or like fantasy history almost. But this seems like it's actually like, you know, modern day-esque in some way. Well, South modern day, which does always look a bit old school, but it's kind of just the American South in general, isn't it? I don't know. But yeah, that's game's label called South of Midnight. It's very much inspired by the American South, specifically Black American South, from what I've seen. It's a lot of, from the trailer, it definitely looked like it was that side of the South in comparison to the more, how would I say it, fairly conservative side, I suppose. The more I don't want to just say downright racist side of the South, but you know what I mean, like very old school values kind of thing. I don't want to paint the whole picture of the South just being one thing, but when you're not from America and you see everything about that part of the country, it does paint a certain way of that place. But I know it can be a very beautiful place, very specific vibe. And looking at this game, what it's the vibe of the South, and the swamps and the very rustic kind of vibe. It does have a certain feel to it.
Like clockwork.
Like I wouldn't say I'm from the country necessarily, but in comparison to the rest of Denmark, I did grow up in a relatively small-ish town, and I did actually live a little bit on the in the farmland in a way, but not the same way, I would say. It was different, but obviously it's also living in Denmark is different than living in America, especially the South America. It's still
Things got tense with Mama
different.
last time I visited you at the mausoleum. She'll never explain why she and Grandma Bunny got bad blood. Storm's never been this bad before.
So that is dead? In mausoleum? I unless he works there, that'd be strange, but I would assume that's what you meant.
I asked Mama for a doll and got this thing instead. I know he's weird looking, but I can't help but love him.
When I opened up the game, there was a little preview thing. I didn't know if I was gonna play a game or something, but I didn't want to. I'm not gonna show it because it might be spoilers, but that thing is also in there. But yeah, things get weird in this game. I can just say that. I don't think that's really a spoiler if you've seen the trailer.
Threw up on me after getting off that
This
wacky
is
world. Almost passed out from laughing so hard.
This is not what I expected on the start of the game. I thought it was always gonna be, you know,
Well, she still had that kind of time
a
for me.
strange world, but I guess we start in contemporary modern world. Wait,
I gotta stop reminiscing and start packing. For real.
where's our... Okay, there we go, I can interact with them.
Whew. It is really picking up out there. You ready to go?
I was over here all alone.
I'm sorry, I know. I swung by the shelter because there was a leak in the roof, and then I had to drive folks back and forth to Jolene's to ride out the storm. Besides, you are young and spry, my little track star. Oh, shoot, we got 5 minutes. Let's go. Did you pack everything?
Mama, I'm grown. This ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the...
Flashlights and batteries. You have the blankets?
Yes, because I have my...
Hurricane checklist. Is that a smiley face?
Hey, Hazel, think fast.
Oh, come on, Mama. We don't have room for my track shoes.
You know how expensive those things are. You best find somewhere to pack them.
And pack 'em light. Yeah, I know.
What'd you say?
I said, and pack 'em light.
Pack a bag, then pack it light. Hey, pack your bags, then pack 'em light.
You think this place will still be here? After?
I called Hurricane Lulu, and she said we good.
Mama, I'm serious. What if it's different this time?
That's not for you to worry about. And now we got 4 minutes. Did you just suck your teeth at me?
We wouldn't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Waste time?
That's not what I meant. It's just... You left me to prep for a hurricane by myself.
Oh, I thought you was grown.
What if we called up Bunny and go over there? You know, the mansion with the hurricane-proof windows?
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
We are going to Jolene's church with everybody else like we always do.
Whatever.
And don't roll your eyes at me.
I wasn't even looking at you.
I made those eyes. I know when they rolling.
I just don't understand why we can't go over there. Bunny still can, even if Daddy's dead. Just tell me
Hazel,
why.
please. Just please go over to Bo's and Mrs. Pearl's. Check on them. They may need help.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Damn it! No. Your great-grandmother made this.
You never told me that.
I shouldn't have to tell you something is important for you not to break it.
Well, maybe if you did, you still have a coffee mug.
This world existed before I brought you into it, Hazel Flood. Remember that next time you go around thinking you know everything.
Her name is Flood. That feels
Hazel!
a little on the nose.
Everything I do for you.
Whatever. There's no getting through to her. Whatever. Let me go check on Bo.
Okay, well that cutscene did not seem to have any real issues, so that's good. Okay, now the camera's a lot faster. Like when I set up the game, I was noticing that the camera was pretty slow. I think that might have been intentional there. Let me put it back to normal and see how that is. How's it? Okay, it could still be a little bit faster, but I think it went up in speed. Yeah, guess there's a difference from. Let's go like that. I guess it's okay for now. We'll see if I need to change it. Okay, that's a lot of water. That's a lot of water.
Man, the water's this high already?
Yeah. Okay, you can do a jump. It's a kind of strange jump. He's so lanky. Her arms are just woo. Not the other buttons seem to do anything right now. Trey. Okay. It's our father. Hazel's father and Lacey's husband. Trey Flood fell in love with Lacey during college. He and Lacey were happily married and had Hazel. He died unexpectedly when Hazel was 4. He is buried in a mausoleum near the Flood mansion. Hazel's mother Lacey is a social worker in Prospero. She struggles with the trauma she sees on the job. She can't save everyone. She is frustrated with the system and the way it takes time away from Hazel, her little bug, whom she loves deeply. Yeah, clearly there's a bit of tension, but they also clearly love each other. That's family.
Oh, and those damn dogs are always up to something.
Okay, fine that way. I thought I didn't turn it on when I was looking at the. Like you could turn on. What's that gonna be? Accessibility interface. You could turn on like directional stuff, hearing, subtitle, where we're gonna go, but I don't think I put that on. I actually don't really want that. It's a bit distracting. Maybe that's just have some that you can't. That's just how it is. I don't see it in here now. Why would it be? Graphics? No. Sorry for all this. Not seeing it. Whatever. It's fine. Whatever. Let's just live with it. It's fine. But yeah, I saw you could have like directional hearing stuff. I don't love that.
Dashed my thumb so hard I nearly lost my thumbnail building that old shed for Miss Pearl. I hope it's still standing after tonight.
I think I played Far Cry, one of the Far Cries, and it had a system like that where you can hear where everything was coming from, and I was like, it got a little overwhelming after a while. Because there was always sounds going on in that game from everywhere, so I kind of had to turn it off.
Are you there? I guess I'll go check on Bo first then.
This is an insane jump for a normal person. Just look at this jump. It's like a freaking.
It's too late to board up our windows too. The Joneses really are one step ahead.
It's like a freaking. You know, those Olympic hurdle jumpers, you know? You can jump like that. That's what it feels like. I know she's special in some way.
At least the Goodmans won't have to worry about repairs anymore.
She's one of those, what do you call them? Is that the game now? I forgot, but she's... What was it like? Menda? Not Menda, like... What was it? Weaver? Something? What was it called? I don't know what it was. She'll say they're gonna mention it. But she's special apparently. So maybe she got already special jump powers. I don't know. But yeah, she's clearly, you know, she's the protagonist, we know that. She's gonna have special powers. You can't be protagonist without special powers.
It is fucked up out here.
But I came here to check on you, but it looks like you're riding this storm out in style.
Oh, yeah. Me and the pups are having a hurricane party. Yep, ain't no storm got me yet. And if things go south, I got my boat. You sure you don't want some punch?
I've gotta go check on Mrs. Pearl.
Hey, it ain't my dogs pooping on her grass. My dogs are gentle. Yes, you are.
Better make sure Miss Pearl's taking this seriously.
Oh no. Well, as long as he's happy about it. They're gonna be happy in the morning. bow. A former collegiate, oh, that word. Football player with professional aspirations before a career-ending injury. Bo is a big guy with a heart of gold. He takes in on Mrs. Pearl and Lacey and views Hazel like an old sister. One thing he loves more than fishing is his dogs. Time to go. Bo has his house again, I guess. Wasn't it? Okay.
What you doing on my porch in all of this weather, baby?
I'm just checking on you, see if you need anything. You holding up okay?
I'm doing just fine. Been doing this longer than you've been alive. Why don't you come in for a second?
I should probably head back.
Come in, have some gizzards. I'm cooking them all before the power goes out.
You know I can't say no to your cooking.
There's a bee in your bonnet. I can tell.
Just frustrated with Mama. She stayed late at the shelter and left me all alone.
Lacey does enjoy her work. She could stand a moment's rest.
Right? She's all over the place all the time.
She's got a good heart. Just wants everyone to be okay all the time, you know?
Yeah, I know. You need some help in there?
Thanks, hon. I'm almost done. What else is on your mind?
What you know about Bunny?
Why you barking up that tree for?
It's hard not to. Mama never so much as talks about her.
Well, does she ever look in on you?
No, I guess not.
Sometimes people are privy to things that we aren't. Your mama is doing what she thinks is best. Oh, Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Mama!
That's not good.
Hazel!
Oh boy. Well, things escalated.
Come on!
Gotta go. Okay, you can sprint. Okay, it's a toggle. Right, okay.
Hang on!
Music, yeah.
I can't lose you too!
The horns are great.
Shit!
I love that style.
Hold on! Mama!
Hazel! Stop that!
Oh,
Holy shit. What just happened? How did that get back to the shore?
we respawned. That's a cat who respawned. Health and hazards. Hazards such as toxic water and bamboo can cause damage. Damage taken is indicated on the life bar. So first instance of something strange going on. Well, I mean, a house floating away is pretty strange, but well, it happens in storms. You know, you gotta. That's pretty crazy when that happens. I'm pretty glad to live in a country where, you know, heavy weather is not much of a thing. Like, the closest thing is snow sometimes, but, you know, with global warming, that's becoming less and less of a thing. Because, yeah.
It took out the bridge!
But we don't have hurricanes, and we don't have, you know, anything like that. Like, listen to the man, the music is great. I love those songs. I don't want to say anything just because I want to listen to the music.
Mama, I'm coming! I'm gonna make it. God damn it, I can't! No, I'm always fast enough.
Guess it's like
What
a
is it?
track star or something?
Bunny.
Can you say that? Like,
She's
yeah.
gotta help.
Guess that's why she's so athletic. That's why she can jump, I guess, kind of. So, okay. See, that kind of makes sense. Like, she can jump like a freaking bunny. Like, seriously. I guess we're going with that. Okay, so you can, yeah, do the old climbing
The
lines.
bridge. Gotta get across.
Yeah, like, game seems very much a, got a bit of like inspiration of like, you know,
Bunny's house is uphill. She's always fine during storms.
some Uncharted and some, you know, games like that, like action
If I can
adventure
get to her place,
games.
she can get help from Mama.
I feel like it's gonna be similar to some of those. Oh, hello. Except, well, we also have that.
What was that?
Yeah, so
I must be seeing things.
game is going in a certain direction, as you can tell. It's a little more strange than at first it might seem. Yeah.
Okay, can't give up now.
Huh. I was gonna read that. Guess I don't get to.
Help! Please! My mama! We need help!
Like, yeah, like compared to Contrast, and you know, I haven't really played. I played a little bit of what the hell is it called again? I forgot the name.
Please!
Yeah,
Anybody!
the other one. Why am I blanking that name now? We Happy Few. We Happy Few. I played a little bit of that. Like, those games are also very different from each other. You know. But this one seems very much more like, you know, a very, has a very, well, narrative focused thing going on in that way. Just, you know, at least a start of it. Like, action scenes and everything is happening.
Please hold!
And, yeah, the conversation in the house very much felt like a sort of Uncharted-esque kind of vibe again. Like, it does feel like it's inspired by, you know, games like that in a way. I don't know how much oversight that Xbox had with it, this game.
Hey, Dad. Headed to your old place. Got no other options.
From what I understand,
Dad, if you're up there, keep her safe.
I understand the Xbox tends not to get too involved with the games they publish. But I also know that they definitely seem to have certain niches they want to fill, you know? Considering the previous games tended to be a very small, you know, not a small niche, but a specific niche, you know, of action shoot games. Trying to appeal to a more broader audience, you know. Recently, they acquired Blizzard and Activision and all that stuff. So they also trying to go with the more RPGs and, you know, things like that. You know, I'm also playing About, which is also published by Xbox, you know, which is, you know, an RPG sort of thing. So definitely trying to have more of a broader appeal, and this game definitely feels like it's trying a certain third-person action Uncharted-esque kind of thing, you know. The PlayStation formula, as people tend to call it, you know. You have that kind of. That's what I feel like you're kind of trying a little bit with here. But I also think there's more in here than just copying what's popular. Cause I definitely feel like it's got a certain style to it. Especially, we're gonna see it more because I've seen the trailers, and right now this looks nothing like the game's gonna look in a bit. I don't want to spoil anything too much, but well, you saw the giant monster. You know, we're gonna experience a little bit more mysterious, magical, supernatural stuff going on. So yeah.
I know y'all in there. Excuse me. You can't just show up unannounced.
I have to talk to Bunny.
Well, she is rested. You're gonna have to come back tomorrow.
It can't wait.
What is all this racket?
Hey, Grandma?
Is
Okay.
that Hazel? You've gotten taller. What brought you sopping wet to my doorstep this evening?
I told her you were rested, but she just...
Nonsense, Lily. That's my only grandchild down there. What can we do for you?
The trailer got swept downstream with Mama in it, and I
Swept down in the river in that tin can of a home?
I tried to catch her, but I couldn't. I couldn't keep up.
So you can
There's
hear
no
that
one in
lawnmower
town.
right now.
I saw the lights on here, and I came for help.
And we will. In the morning.
But you know people. Can you call the sheriff or something?
You know rescue services are paused in the middle of a hurricane, dear.
You're acting like you don't even care.
Mind your tone, please.
You don't understand. It ain't just about Mama. I'm seeing these things. These strands in the air. I'm scared.
Strands.
Yeah. Yeah. There is something big out there.
Lily,
Yes, ma'am?
clearly my granddaughter is not in her right mind right now. Afraid for her mother and all. Ready a guest room.
Yes, ma'am.
Poor thing. You've been through a lot tonight. Come sit down for a minute. I'll take care of this.
Interesting how
Where am I?
you live in this small.
What a strange dream. These strands, I've seen them before.
This small shack, and then the grandmother lives in this giant mansion. Like, couldn't you live here? I don't know. Maybe there's family tension. She seems a bit well. There's something about her that's she clearly knows something, but also she's a bit snooty, I guess is the word. I don't know what I'm looking for. Okay, press the thing to activate the gain light. Gain strand. It was a light. Of strand. Strand light. Whatever. I'm saying words.
Saying my
Oh.
name?
Oh, look
They're
at
saying
that.
my name.
Giant ball. Something.
What are you doing here? How interesting.
Who are you? What are you doing in my dream?
I click the strand button, it says Hazel. I think. Or maybe I just in the background.
Hazel?
No, I think it's when I click it.
Hazel!
You can see
I'm
the
right here. Ma, Can you
the
see me?
choppy animation. That is very much on purpose. Again, it's like stop motion-esque is the closest I can say it is. It's a weird, interesting choice, but it's very close to the style.
Oh God, my baby! My baby bug! No! You're not gonna make it! Ah!
Ma! I'm right here! I'm okay!
It's interesting how the regular game is normal, for lack of a better word, and then you have moments of the chubby animation style, you know?
Ma! Ma, wake
Interesting.
up!
Whoa. What's that?
The trailer. Mama! Oh no. But, Grandma? Bunny! Lily! We gotta find Mama! Hey, open the door!
Oh.
It's my only option, I guess. The strands are still here. Maybe it wasn't a dream.
Look at this guy. Lily dear, let this sweet lesson remind you that I like my tea with 2 sugars. What one? Not 3. 2. How many years have you been my employee?
God, she's always been so passive aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mrs. Pearl is a retired school nurse that lives down the road from Lacey and Hazel. She's always ready with a listening ear, an open heart, and a plate of food. She thinks of Lacey and Hazel as family, especially after the death of her husband. Bunny Flood is Hazel's grandmother. She's made her fortune in Barrow through multiple business ventures. She did not approve of Trey and Lacey's relationship. Okay, that's why I guess she wouldn't, invite them to live in the mansion, I guess, because he doesn't really like them, but he's still family, I guess. And after Trey's death, they had a further and strange relationship. Alright, that explains that, I guess. Alright, so yeah, she is a grouchy old lady. Cemetery and the mansion. Yeah, I don't wanna be in menus forever. Yeah, I do wanna get a move on with the game. So I'm just gonna show it once. I guess. I don't know. It looks really nice now. After the storm. Where'd I go? Oh, up here. There we go. Kitty. You're a little in the way.
The strands. That stuff. That thing last night. What's happening?
Yeah, what is happening?
I can't believe Bunny. I'm sorry, Grandma locked me in there.
Doesn't seem like she wants to acknowledge that it's a grandma
Alright.
sometimes either.
How do I get out of here?
I mean, if you're not friendly with your family, extended family and everything, I suppose, why would she be friendly to her grandmother, Yeah, it's complicated. September 7, 1989. When I hold the hooks, I can see hints of strands and stigma flickering at the edge of my vision, but I can neither unravel them, nor can I make them tangible. It's infuriating. Okay, so she already knew back then, huh? I'm not sure when it was supposed to take place this game, actually. Did we see any I saw like 2004. I don't know if I saw any modern technology. You know, it might actually be, well, weirdly contemporary 2004-esque. Not sure actually. I don't know if I saw smartphones or anything like that either. I don't think so. But also in the South. I mean, I know the South is not, you know, literally like old, but it you know, some things are still a little bit old school in that way. Especially like, you know, a city or town like this in the, I want to say boonies, but you know what I mean. I don't know. Anyway, I've exhausted all frameworks and possibilities. No methodology has brought me closer to controlling the strains, and the books refuse to sing to me. The light of my life has still gone dark. Maybe there's another way.
Unraveling stigma. What the hell does that mean? Can Bunny see strands too?
Well, in a way, it sounds like.
I wish you were here, Dad.
Yeah, but I don't know if we saw anything more recent than,
Did
yeah,
she lock all the doors in here?
mid 2000s.
Is there something behind that shelf?
I saw like it's a 2004 somewhere. Was that grave? I think I saw the grave say 2004, but then again it could be
Rich people's houses.
could be a little bit more recent. I don't know.
Those voices are getting louder. There's something up here.
Yeah, but from the trailer I thought it was like an alternate world. It was more like, what's that word? Isekai or whatever? You know, getting transported into a mysterious world sort of thing. Is that what that is called? I think so. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Kinda, sorta. If I was like a weird human doll, just a bear doll, it just looks strange. It's like, why do you have a weird human doll? Yeah, anyway. Old lady's weird, I guess. But not that weird, I guess. Hey, look at that. The hooks. You can get the strains and stuff.
Do these control you?
Oh. Uh-oh. Mysterious ghosts. No good.
What is all this? I feel like I'm going insane.
Hooks. The hooks are his main tool as a weaver. That's the one I was looking for. Yeah, weaver. Acquiring the hooks allows Hazel to interact with the strains of the Grand Tapestry and Stigma. The also acts as combat tools against hate. I don't know how he said that before, but... Did I miss one? I got one and got 3, but not 2. That's gonna happen. I can't. I'm not gonna get every single thing in the game, you know? I'm not gonna stress about that. If I miss it, I miss it, you know? So be it. Look at all the... Look at all the goobiness.
That's not possible. Foot's fine too.
Okay, so you can fall down from all the way up there and be fine. So that convinced him how that was not normal. So you got mysterious
The hooks
special
are
feet.
reacting to that thing in the middle. Bunny called it stigma. Do they know what to do?
Unravel.
What the fuck? I don't need you. I never did. And I'm gonna find my mama on my own.
Yeah, do you have something on her hand? It looked like a weird white thing. Is that always there? Like a weird...
Hazel got no help from her strange grandma. Truth was, she was glad to leave the flood mansion behind. Used to handling things on her own, she set off downriver to find her house and rescue her ma herself. There, magic called to her. A magic she'd felt in her bone, but she had never seen before.
Okay, yeah,
And
this
something
is what happened before. The audio went out sometimes.
That old house had hid all manners of odious secrets over the years.
It's kind of weird. I don't think it's intentional. I
Hazel
think...
set off to find them all through the hurricane-ravaged land.
Yeah.
But her path would lead her to a place haunted by whispers from days of yore.
It's a bit unfortunate. Other voices, other looms. Yeah, I don't know why the audio goes out.
I need to find her. There's no one coming out.
It's really unfortunate that happens. But I don't know what to do about it, unfortunately. Yes, like is that always there, is that because of the magic? See if we can get a better look. Is that it's hard to tell if it's a... I think... Wait, is it like a weird arm thing? I don't know, it's called like a glove, like a weird glove-esque thing? Might be a glove. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I thought it was like a weird marks on her arm, but now I'm thinking it's a glove. I don't know. Was that always there? Just noticed it. It looks kinda odd, like a weird... I don't know. Look like a deceased... I don't know. Something. Maybe I'm just... I don't know, whatever.
Need to get downriver. If Mama's trapped, I'll figure it out.
There you go. No frame it, guys. I know it's intentional, but it is kind of funny as well. Like, if you don't know it's intentional, it just looks off. But it's how the game is, and yeah. So and I know from trailers that's what it also looked like. Like certain things had a weird, well, I don't want to say weird frame rate, but different frame rate. Interesting stylistic choice again. Yeah.
I think this is the right way.
The opening movie thing that I didn't show you also had the frame rate thing going on. So it's definitely intentional, you know. It is actually kind of interesting how that looks. It doesn't always show up, you know. Specific things, specific parts that look like that. It makes it stand out, I suppose, in its own way.
More thorns? All the way out here? Where am I anyway?
Symbols. The Grand Tapestry is the pathway of the universe that connects all things. The Grand Tapestry is invisible and intangible to most people, except weavers, who can see how it interacts with reality. Object of Station. The objects of station are the weaver's tools used to channel the power of the strands. They are passed down to the next weaver when they are chosen by land. Others are imbued with the previous weaver's knowledge and to help guide the new weaver. Object of Station is a really odd name, but okay. I think it should be noted, I believe the studio is Canadian, from Montreal, so French Canadian.
Foxes? The Storm's got all the fuzzy guys out and about.
You know, I would assume it's a, you know, multicultural team working on it. If you're gonna make a game so set in the American South, especially, you know, featuring a fairly, you know,
Shit. This was my way downriver.
you know,
All the way forward is down.
focusing on you know, a black American South protagonist, especially. You're gonna have to have some kind of cultural, you know, awareness. You know, multiple people working on it. You know, I don't know who specifically, you know, was the director or, you know, writer or anything. Obviously, it games like of a certain bigger size can obviously have a much bigger team. Like, you know, I don't know how big the team is, but Contrast was, you know, seemingly a smaller game, and well, a Happy Few. We Happy Few. Is it a Happy Few? We Happy Few. We Happy Few. Whatever the game is called. It was, you know, bigger in scope than Contrast was for sure. You know, having played Contrast, it definitely seemed like it was bigger in scope. Also know that We Happy Few was not super light. It has some flaws. I played it a little bit, and yeah, I could see that it wasn't really for me. It was like a survival sort of game in a way. It has certain survival elements that just didn't really click for me. Like, the world was interesting, and I was kind of curious to see what was going on more.
It's like some weird folktale. Brer Rabbit or something.
Also, it is kind of funny that Contrast was like felt French, you know, it felt very French, and then We Have a Few was British. Like, there was a lot of, it was certain, I think, yeah, it was pretty British for like in the world. And then this one is American South. It's kind of funny how all those games are a bit different from each other. But yeah, made by the same studio. Obviously, you know, multiple people working on the games or different years. So who knows if it's the same team specifically. Sure, they have had people leave, people come, you know. Who knows? But yeah, it's interesting how very different games. You wouldn't really, I wouldn't, you know, without knowing, I don't think you could really tell
Who's got you all so spooked?
that these were made by the same people. Maybe certain things, but all the games seem maybe different from each other, you know? I'd say, you know, I like the developers don't always do the same thing all the time. Like a weird, yeah, shield, glowy shield thing here. Okay, I'll throw it down. Okay, this seems like it's gonna be some kind of encounter. We're gonna meet some, gonna have a bit of a combat session. Really hear us combat in the game. Okay, here we go. Hi. You don't seem like a friend.
This better work.
Alright, attack. Chain up to 5 attacks to unleash a melee combo. Hold the X to charge and release to execute a powerful amplified attack. Charging, use the stick to aim the attack. This attack can hit enemies at range and damage scales up with 3. Let me read that again. This attack can hit enemies at range and damage scales up with charge time. Okay, so yeah, charge longer. Okay, deals more damage. That's what you're saying. Weird way to word it, I feel. I don't know. Okay. Dodge with the B. Yeah, dodge it. Dodge just before the attack hits to perform perfect dodge, setting off a strand blast that deals damage. Okay, so perfect dodge deals damage. That's cool. Unravel. Defeat enemies may be unraveled for a brief duration, which will heal you slightly. Alright. Okay, I'm pressing the right stick targets them. I don't think it said that, but my instincts just kicked in and clicked that button immediately. I played my fair share of games like this, you know. I think it's the norm these days to have third-person action games like this have the button. Through there. Ow. Okay, yeah, what's my... You don't do a ton. I don't know, I mean, yeah, you can do it from afar, I suppose, but it doesn't seem worth it. It's not very strong. Even with fully charged, you know. Unstoppable attack. Enemy is going yellow, it is unleashing unstoppable attack. During this time, it is immune to magic and damage. Press Y near a heal call to heal. Heal calls can only be used once, except on story and easy difficulties. Okay, they can be set to replenish in the difficulty menu. Okay, then we can log on, yeah. And figure that out. Combat compass. Flashing red arrow signals immediate danger. A white arrow indicates that an enemy is appearing off screen. Alright. There you go, you can see the arrow. Oops. I want to get used to this timing. Maybe this is, you know, can hit multiple enemies at once for this one. It just seems like you gotta put yourself in a vulnerable position. Maybe more enemies in the future will be easier to do that with. I don't know what kind of, if we're gonna get upgrades to combat or how this game is gonna work, but I mean, yeah, like charging that up just really puts you in a wonderful position. Okay, can't do anything with the yellow.
Fighting comic book monsters now. What's next?
One level. Okay. I gotta get used to the combat, but I'm gonna get there.
So far up road. Hope I'm nowhere close to that place.
Alright, there you go.
It's those voices again. Might be worth checking out.
Got a little taste of combat, got a little taste of, you know, what that's like, and
there's the river. Come on, there has to be a way around.
Yeah, I'm digging this so far, you know. I was hoping we were gonna get a little further into the strange world, but we'll see more. Like, from the trailers, it gets very strange. There's definitely a lot of very interesting things going on that we'll see. Like, it's definitely, you know, the pacing is so far, you know. It wants to get into the story, into the, you know, the world. But that's you know, I get it. But yeah, like so far in terms of gameplay, we haven't done a whole lot, you know. A bit of platforming, you know, this little combat encounter. But you know, again, it's just the pacing, and I know that the game is gonna get pretty interesting in terms of, you know, I guess platforming, world exploration. I've seen some things that makes it a little bit more interesting than just what we're doing right now, just jumping and you know, climbing stuff. There's a little bit more going on, but again, just an early game, you know. Yeah, I mean, I like the strange, the little flowy, light, smoke looking stuff. Yeah, like a laugh. Alright, well, I think the game will save after that. I'm not entirely sure how this game saves, but I think it'll save, probably. But if I had to do that again, that's fine, I guess. It's 103 things to read in the game, so quite a bit. Yeah. Okay, here we get the name of this thing. Ravager. The most common height. I'm not sure how you say that. Found in Prospero miles, the hit hard but have to be at close range. Avoid the explosive charge when they turn yellow. When the grand tapestry is damaged by folk's sorrows, its strands become damaged. Those damaged strands become stigma, which creates hints. Angry, terrible creatures, only visible to weavers. They can be destroyed by unraveling them. Okay, so only the weavers can see them. That's interesting. So, what is happening if only we can see these things? Can other what happens with the other people? That was kind of funny when there's this. Oh, only certain people can see things. All this crazy stuff is happening, but nobody else is able to see it at all. Kind of funny how that works in games like this. As 135 we get bulbs. I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know what that is, but stuff to collect, that's for sure. 0 out of 2,210. What? 0 out of 9 of those. But isn't that the... Okay, that might be for this chapter. There's 135 of those in this chapter. And that's 2,210 in total, I guess? I don't know what those are, but I'm assuming it's frequent enough. Because, well, if there's that many... Is it some kind of experience points or money or something? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. There's a lot going on. And we'll see what happens. I'm definitely intrigued. Definitely want to see what goes. You know, I already know it gets a lot weirder. I mean, it's already kind of weird with these creatures and giant bees roaming the streets and everything. Yeah, but I know it's gonna get even stranger. And yeah, that's it. See you next time.